are back on hold with me, Lindiwe Ngongwane, and once again, welcome back. And if you're new, please subscribe. Yeah, we are back, and today we are going to talk about baggage or burdens or I don't know anything you want to call it. But seemingly, I think I've had conversations with people, and I also did ask, if you follow me on other social medias, I did ask a question around what I can talk about, and some people did suggest talking about baggages. So all this baggage that we bring and burdens that we bring into relationships, or that we carry forward with us. So yeah, I'm gonna take a step at it and see where we can get. And I can relate somehow. And I've had experiences such as that. And I think we know what we are talking about in terms of these baggages. We do it all the time because why? We've learned from experience. So you know, when you go through something and you experience it and it burns you, and you've got the scar to show it, you're obviously going to keep your guard up. You're obviously going to always try and protect yourself from that same fire again or burning you again. So that's why you will always keep and have that burden and have that guard up, or that door locked, or that trigger, something that says if it sounds or smells like fire, you're already on guard, because why? It has burned you before. So I understand why we would have such a reaction or a response to things that would trigger us or remind us of an experience that was unpleasant to us. But the problem is now it seems as if we are not good at knowing what to do with that experience when you go into a new relationship. And I'm talking relationship from maybe a couple, a love affair, or that type, or any other type of relationship. I've got experiences at work as well, with some people who are from specific organization that had a culture of its own, the culture that was not welcoming, a culture that was so painful that when they come into the organization and they come into your space, they are already like on defense. I remember a lady shared with us to say, hey, where I'm from, when you see a meeting says, let's have a one-on-one, already it's like, what have I done? What have I done? What am I going to talk about? And this new manager is like, no, I'm not coming. You haven't done anything. I'm just wanting to have a one-on-one so that I can catch up with you, see how you're doing and all of that. And before, if they didn't get that explanation, she was already like panicking to think, what have I done? Working overtime, making sure things are up to date, because she thought that one-on-one was a time to be lashed at and a time to be shouted at because of past experience. Because past experiences, when you see a one-on-one request meeting, something is going down. So now it took time for her to understand that I'm in a different environment. I'm with a different manager who is more kind, caring, personal, and wants to check up on me because I'm just human. So things like that happen at work. It happens in relationship. You get into a relationship and you're already guard up. I don't want a man that's going to do this. I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't want this. I don't want that. And you're not giving the new relationship an opportunity to find out what is going on. And there's a whole lot of things I'm sure you guys can share and comment in terms of how deep what I'm talking about goes. I might be talking about it very lightly and taking it from the surface in terms of the examples that I'm giving you, but I know you will be able to relate and share in terms of how deep this thing goes, where you know that you're sitting there and as soon as your partner picks up their phone, you are gone. You are in a panic, you're frustrated, you don't know because your past experiences, your previous partner was cheating on you when you were sitting right next to them or something like that. Now you're in a new relationship, you're thinking the same. As soon as the partner picks up their phone and starts smiling alone, your trigger is like on buzz. Boop, 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 boop. It's like something is happening in you, like you are getting worked up, and anything could happen from there because you just don't trust anymore. You just cannot, it just comes back. And sometimes, guys, I've also realized that, sometimes we think we've gotten over things. Maybe because we've forgotten about them, or maybe because we haven't experienced them in a long time. And there are relationships that will really trigger you back to where you thought you were never at the time. So how do you guys deal with that? What are you experiencing? Share your experiences. Tell us how you're dealing with that. How are you managing to let go, to leave things behind? Have you had to learn? I can imagine I've had to unlearn a whole lot of things as I move forward in my life, knowing that I'm no longer in this space, I'm in this space. I mean, it happens when you change jobs, when you change managers, when you change relationships, when you change anything. You have to kind of like unlearn what you thought you learned, so that you can give the next person an opportunity. Relationship are the worst, I mean, I've heard of a lot of things where probably, I don't know, in the previous relationships things were so painful and were so difficult that you are always on guard. You are waiting for them. I'll go back to the cheating one because it's the most prevalent, and it breaks trust. That one breaks trust. It breaks trust so much. You were with somebody who cheated on you, and you go to a new relationship. This person is not interested in cheating, but they, knowing you, you know that there's no one who doesn't. Or you make it personal. Me, everyone's cheated on me. You're also gonna cheat on me, and you're making it about you actually. So I'm waiting for the day, and you're using all your investigative skills to do it and to find out what is going on. How can we leave things behind? How can we work things through and make sure that you can move forward? And I know that even when you move forward, you're not going to get everything right, because like I said, some things 15 years into this relationship, there's something will trigger you back to history. How do you deal? Are you able to talk to the person that you're with to say, I don't know why, but what you've just said or you've done or how you've just looked at me has made me panic or made me react this way. So I think there's a problem there, because you might not know why, but you know that you are feeling something. You can explain why, but you have to tell the person to say, I don't know, but I didn't like how you looked at me, how you, or what you said or what you did, how it made me feel. Are you even able to address that? Because you cannot fix everything before you get into a new relationship. Some things you're going to work through them in the relationship as you go along. But do you even have the platform or the safety to even express yourself, to say, hey, as soon as this happens, my mind goes to that. I don't know how not to take it there. I'm going to have to learn to say, when I see this, that's, for me, this is equals to that. And maybe with you, it's not. For example, I don't like surprises. And I don't like surprises because I'm just thinking, what are people doing behind my back? What are they doing? What are they talking about? What are they discussing? If you can pull out a surprise behind my back, that means you can pull out a lot of things. Obviously, that's insecurity, and that's a space of mistrust. So what happens now? I get into a new relationship, poor person wants to surprise me. Honestly, I don't appreciate it. I'm triggered. So now, how do we move forward? What do you guys think about it? We've got baggage from childhood. It's not even only from relationships, from childhood, from everywhere. You hear people saying, this is what I've been exposed to all my life. This is how I grew up. This is me. This is okay. It's fine. Now you're moving into the next era of your life. How do you move forward? How do you unlearn? How do you relearn? So how do we do all that? Because it breaks the future, it breaks what we are building, it breaks what we want to achieve going forward, whether it's your career, whether it's your relationships, whether it's anything. It could be relationships at work, it could be relationships with friends, it could be your own career. It's not helping you move forward because you cannot let go, or you cannot put your guard down on anything. So I'd like to hear more on that, and I'm trusting you're going to engage on this. So yeah, let's hear it.